The sun was sweltering. Ribbons of heat rose from the pavement into the pool of clear sky. We walked to the dense shade of the forest to shelter our hot, pinkened skin. Rays of sun sprinkled through the vibrant leaves, casting shifting sun-filled glitter around us as we walked into the forest's cool depths. The sweet smell of decaying leaves and pine mingled with the warm scent of earth. I sighed, heavily dragging the scent of forest into me. I smiled when you cleared your throat to get my attention. You were leaning against a tree, your face red and dripping from the heat. "We should rest here for a while," you huffed, wiping the sweat from your brow with the edge of your shirt. "But there's a really pretty clearing just ahead. It'll only take us a minute or two to get there." I smiled pleadingly and tugged your arm gently. "All right," you groaned, and followed me to the sunlit clearing. You threw yourself and your backpack down against the base of a huge maple tree. You pulled out a bottle of water, pleased ice still thudded against the plastic, and took a long drink. I walked around the tree, admiring the sheer size. It was massive. This tree must be like 100 years old. Just look at how big it is. I heard you sigh as I rounded the back of the tree. "Wow, what's this doing here?" "What's what?" you asked tiredly, finishing your water with a crackle of plastic. "There's a huge hole in the trunk. I bet both of us could fit inside," I offered as I moved inside the tree. I squinted in the dim light and straightened. "There's another hole in here. I'm gonna investigate. It might be dangerous. Just come back out and have some trail mix with me." "Okay," I sighed, inching still closer to the opening in the tree. As I got closer, I saw a soft light emanating from the opening in the trunk. I thought it might be another way out, so I walked into the passage. I fell and screamed. I hit the ground hard. My head hurt, but I didn't think I was bleeding. When I forced my eyes open, I gasped. As my eyes were flooded with a purple-blue light, the grass underneath me was a light red and soft like fur. I must have a concussion, I thought despairingly. I stood and looked around in disbelief. Trees were a light lavender with muted gray leaves, and clouds hung low and green. They swirled around themselves like snakes trying to devour each other. Nothing looked organic. Nothing looked alive. I wondered briefly if I'd fallen into a movie set, or maybe this was some kind of practical joke. I sat on the red fir grass and stared at the landscape. My head didn't hurt much anymore, and I couldn't make heads or tails out of what I was seeing. I sighed and needed to find a way out, a way back to you. Tears welled in my eyes as I thought of you. "Hello?" I called, pulling my shirt tighter against me. I waited a moment without any answer, and I called again. "Hello? Is anyone out there?" "You girl, why are you naked?" "What?" I covered my body with my hands, only to feel fabric against my fingertips. Confused, I looked over at him. "But I'm not naked." I pulled at the fabric reassuringly. "Here, take this and cover yourself." The fur felt both rough and soft in my hands as I draped it over my shoulders. I turned to thank him, but he spoke first. "Where did you come from?" he asked, a look of unease washing from his angled blue-grayed face, his sharp dark eyes studying me as he spoke. "What is he?" I wondered briefly before I responded. "Up there," I pointed at the sky roughly from where I thought I fell. The unease on his face returned as he furrowed his brows at me and frowned. You come from heaven? I thought of you and almost agreed. No, I fell from a tree up there. This must be a dream. There's no way a whole world can fit inside of a tree. He looked concerned. Tree? No, a world cannot fit inside of a tree, he said solemnly, crossing his arms in front of his chest. Where are you from, really? Up there, I insisted. He shifted his weight from his left foot to his right, as if weighing my words as truth or lies. Come with me, he said suddenly. We must ask the Crystal Chief what to do with you. I just want to go home. I sighed, trying to hide my fear in the warmth of the silver fur. He shifted uneasily as if trying to decide whether or not to leave me. He began walking, and I followed him slowly. I am known as Tora on Trail. What are you called? The name seemed so strange as it rolled off his dark tongue that my name got stuck in my throat like ash. I coughed. My name is Janessa Weber. Such a strange name to be called. Janessa. I looked at my sneakers trailing through the red grass. I didn't want to follow him, but what choice did I have? I knew nothing about the world I was in now, and I didn't know how to get back home, how to get back to you. We walked for a while before we reached an overgrown cave that looked more moss than cave. It was decorated by small gems hung from string at the mouth of the cave. My palms began to sweat as we made our way inside. I wiped my hands on my pants, the fur tickling my wrist. The cave was as black as pitch, and I had to hold on to Tora's shirt. I was glad he knew the way. I could smell the dampness of the cave and feel the chill of the air on my skin as we moved. Tora suddenly stopped, and I fell into him slightly. He stiffened at my sudden weight against him, but allowed me to stutter apologies and steady my footing. Wait here. I will go talk to the chief, he said before leaving me in the sullen damp darkness with only his fading footfalls in the distance. I stood in the damp darkness until my legs became stiff and sore. I bent down to rub my aching muscles when I heard the hurried footfalls coming towards me. I thought about running as the sound had startled me. I tensed and waited. A feeling of dread penetrated my already cold and damp skin. I shivered. Are you still here, Janessa? Tora's voice rang richly in the darkness. Yeah, I'm still here. Come on then. I can't see anything. He took my hand and led me to a well-lit chamber. I had to blink rapidly at the bright intrusion of light that temporarily blinded me. When I could see again, I took in the shining room and the glimmering and glittering dark eyes. This is the girl I found. She is called Janessa. She says she fell from the sky. Is this true, girl? The chief boomed, his dark gray braids and beard bouncing as he spoke. Yes, I fell from a tree and ended up here. You claim to be a god? He raised an eyebrow and leaned forward. No, I'm a human. Not even a special human. What is a human? Well, I am. I dropped the silver fur. I look like you, only lighter. That's interesting. He leaned back in his stone chair. Kill her. What? Shock filled my face and my voice. I searched for Tora in the crowd, but I didn't find him. I felt hands upon me and something cold on my throat. I thought of you. I tried to warn you to keep the fur on, Tora's voice whispered in my ear. I wish I had listened. You snorted. You have really strange dreams. But hey, maybe we should quit hiking for a while. Or maybe you should stay out of weird trees. I smiled awkwardly and touched the tiny scar on my throat. Yeah, dreams are weird.